One of our own is our next presenter today. Miss Lenka Brady is going to talk to us about all that she has going on. So, Lenka, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? I'm going to set up my timer so I know I stay on track because I have a tendency to go off and talk about lots of stuff that's not necessarily related. Good morning. My name is Lenka Brady. I am a founder of Business LLC, and I am an entrepreneur. I am an investor, a mentor, coach, business coach, and I work primarily with women and also young founders to help them start, launch, and build and grow their businesses. My niche is MVP, minimum viable product, which is really finding that smallest piece of your big vision, big idea, creating a business model around it, messaging around it, and see if it works. And if not, moving on and keep testing and validating until you know for a fact you have a business model. How do I advance? This? Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, yeah, you got it. There we are. This is me. Okay. Hi. Yes. Perfect. My adult life started with one decision, and the decision was to hop on the plane. Some of you may not have picked up on the fact that I have an accent. I was born, whoops. Do I need to stand somewhere? I was born in the Czech Republic, actually in a communist Czechoslovakia, and I grew up under that regime where we were told what to think, how to think, and when to think it. And I was also part of the Velvet Revolution, where we overthrown the communist government. At that time, I went to school and I got my elementary education bachelor's degree, focused on English, and I decided that one decision that changed my life to come and see this new world where it's full of opportunities, land of free, the United States of America. And I hopped on the plane and I asked my parents to cash in my savings account, which covered my ticket, and put $200 in my pocket. And I came to New York City. And I was absolutely blown away by what I got to see coming from Eastern Europe to New York City, the lights, the people, all of the stuff around me. And not realizing that with that comes certain challenges, and the challenges were actually, how do I go back this way? There's a picture in this image that's incredibly important to me, and that really was a catalyst to everything that transpired after. The challenge for me was safety and security. I was a young girl and I had nothing. $200 in New York City means absolutely nothing. I was lucky enough to meet a group of people that invited me to live with them in a basement apartment on the floor. And just like Pretty Woman, so a Ferrari parked on the corner of a street and it changed her life, I looked through that little window and I saw a mattress on the corner of a street in Queens. Rattled with rats, roaches, rain, wet, you name it, stinky. But for me, it was safety, security, and I dragged that mattress inside of the basement apartment where I was living. And that really changed my life because this nasty mattress really became a catalyst to resilience and everything that came after. I was lucky enough to meet the right people at the right time. I was hired by JetBlue Airways, and eventually I became the manager of college of in-flight. I was overseeing over 5,000 people. And I was part of a team that was incredibly innovative and very, very smart. It was the best 10 years of my life where I call it the on-the-job training. I learned marketing, operations, strategic planning, and everything that it takes to build an amazing company. And those are the principles, values, integrity. Those are the principles that I bring into my professional life today. Today, really, my why and the focus of my life is on the younger generation, because I feel that the story, everything that I had to overcome by myself with really no resources is making me a perfect candidate to teach the young generation on how to achieve their goals and their dreams. I feel like I resonate and I'm relevant because I've been there, I've done that. So there's not an obstacle in life that I don't feel like I can overcome, and that's the advice and the stories that I can provide for everyone else. So that is my why and what drives me. And now this is the part where usually I'm standing on the other side providing help to everyone, and I am really looking forward to hearing what you can share with me because I have a massive challenge in front of me. It's on just one little piece of everything that I'm doing right now, and that is the launch of our Young Founder Junior Summer Camp. It's more of a program because we're really teaching things that kids don't learn in schools. Our target audience is 9 to 14, and as you can see, we're teaching everything I just went over. Mindset, leadership skill, critical thinking, teamwork, through project planning, through project development, working in sort of a Montessori style a week where the kids are paired and work on a project together, and then they have a little show and tell with their parents. We do a little bit of a cooking session as well. So it's a lot of fun. Fun is definitely part of who I am. I like to make fun of myself, sometimes of others. But fun has to be part of everything that you're building all the time, and that includes our junior camp. Now, this is the challenge that I have for all of you guys. The camp is going to be taking place at what we call as Plant Street Academy. This is a business that was founded back in August of last year, but as of February went through a management change complete. There's a new management team as well as branding overhaul. So what we have today with Plant Street Academy as well as the Founders Camp is that we have no social media. We're starting from zero. We have no former data. We don't have access to it. And we really, as far as the community is concerned, they're not aware of, not familiar with Plant Street. They know the previous. And so because there is a very clear divide, very clear line that we have to be mindful of, and what was in the past is not part of the future, what I am facing right now is I only have a very small, limited time to show and tell what we're capable of doing at Plant Street Academy with the Young Founders Summer Camp. And what my question to you guys is right now is, how do I scale trust quickly, knowing that I need to build trust very quickly? I need to clarify potentially community confusion, and we need to fill the seats in order to sustain our operation and actually build enough of a reserve to continue the operation going forward. We have done a lot of stuff. We have now social media. We have a social media manager right here. We're doing show and tell. We're doing open homes. We're shaking hands, talking to people. We have flyers. We're going to a convention, grassroots marketing, so all of that. But what am I missing? If you were in my shoes and you had 2 months, what would you be doing in addition to what I've already been doing to build trust, to scale trust, so parents feel comfortable and confident that we can deliver on the promise that we're putting out there in the community? And that's the problem that I have for you guys. So help me out.
Trust, huh? 2 months? Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of like a dating app.
It's hard to build trust in 2 months.
Yep.
I would probably, it sounds like you're doing what you should be doing, but probably if you added in a layer of taking other people's trust. So for example, there's an organization called Powerhouse Project, Youth Project. They go into schools and they help the youth do like.
You have to do a little dance with the microphone.
Yeah, they help with bringing them up out of like hard times and showing them that they have a future and stuff like that. Well, Scott, the organizer or the leader of the organization, getting in contact with him and having him present you as somebody that people can trust and doing things like that would probably help, because you're transferring trust from somebody that already has it.
Borrowed trust?
Borrowed trust, yeah.
Love it. Beautiful. Thank you.
Hi, Lenka. Couple of an idea here. Would you be able to go to all the schools in Lake County and in Orange County and talk to parents to have town hall meeting at your facility and invite people to come and hear your story, because your story is super inspiring. And people need to know where you build up, how you can help their children. And town hall meeting, town hall for the next, I don't know, every week there's a town hall meeting, and invite parents to come and talk to you, get to know you, get to know the facility, entrust their kid to your guidance.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. We've started doing open houses, but we have to do a big one and invite everyone. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
How about the youth group in churches? So you can also reach out to the youth groups in the church.
Beautiful. Thank you.
While we're waiting for Banks to get there, I just want to put this out here. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but if anybody has any homeschool type of ideas or networking or something, love to hear from that perspective.
Mindy Scarlett. I had the privilege of visiting yesterday and saw the wonderful venue that you've put together. It looks amazing. And I said to her, usually I walk into a public space, because I used to own an interior design company, I usually walk into a space and start a list of improvements. I wasn't able to do that when I walked into her space. But just a quick reaction. We talked yesterday briefly about there being so many different elements, it can be a little confusing. And one way to get around that would be to say Plant Street Academy, home of, and then list Young Founders Academy, Junior Young Founders Summer Program, college planning seminars, and homeschool support programs. So there in one little, you've got a complete snapshot of everybody, but there's no confusion because you've got your overarching brand saying, okay, this is the home of all these things. Because if you go and you push each one separately, it's kind of hard to figure out how to bundle them back together.
Yeah.
So that I would say to switch up the branding to include the home of and then the list.
Yeah.
And that will help confusion.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the piece that we're working on, right? So we're testing the market, getting the data, validating what works, what doesn't work, and the messaging piece is we're tweaking it. So all this is incredible feedback. I really appreciate it because if it's creating confusion for you, clearly it's creating confusion for everyone else out there. So thank you.
So with regards to homeschool, I've got two things. One, I saw you had Step Up there, and you said a convention. Is it the FPEA? Have you heard of them, the Florida Parent Educator Association? They've got a big convention coming up at the Gaylord Palms in Orlando.
We'll be there. That's the one.
Okay, great. And then the other one, if you're looking at homeschoolers, is co-ops. So we have a fairly large one here in Clermont. And then there are a lot of local ones. I know it's smaller, but that's a great way to reach homeschool parents, especially those who are more plugged in and connected with like Step Up and otherwise.
Excellent, thank you.
Can you remind me the ages again?
9 to 14.
Okay. Would there, just throwing it out there, ever be a chance where you would consider high school graduates? The reason I say that is because there would be a huge market there to help kids because they're being asked at age 16 now to choose a career, and it's entirely overwhelming for them. I know because my mom worked in guidance at high schools, and it's an opportunity, I would suggest, but there might be opportunities also at the elementary and middle school levels to talk to the guidance counselor level people there. And one other suggestion I had would be go to the open comment area segments of the even local city council meetings and the county commissioner meetings and use that opportunity to share with those municipalities what you're doing and that you're here to help the youth. And I think that is an audience that's a good one for you.
To answer the second part, never even thought of it, that it's an option, thank you. And the first one, we will be hiring actually high school graduates as junior coach assistants. So definitely there's going to be an opportunity for them not only to work with us, but also earn a little bit of summer pay. So definitely that's part of the overall business plan. I just didn't get to it yet. It's been busy 6 weeks.
Lenka, have you thought about throwing out some scholarships, a couple of scholarships maybe?
I have.
Okay.
So put it out there in the community. We are limiting each week to 25 seats, paid 25 seats kids, and I also would like to donate 5 extra seats to charity events, organizations that have children that are coming from difficult situations. So the max will be 30. And the 5 seats like New Beginnings, 8 Waves, organizations like that are looking for spot for their families and kids with families, and definitely would like to partner with places like that.
And 3 things for your team, and that is just make sure you have integrity and accountability. We talked about accountability early, and just show up. The other thing I want to add on to Shauna's thing is school board meetings. You can go to theirs. I think it's Monday nights, the 2nd and 4th Mondays, and you can have 3 minutes to speak on whatever you want to speak about. You could speak on this.
Okay, thank you.
You got one back there? Lenka, I just wanted to ask, how many knew about Lenka's mattress story? Anyone? What's your feeling now? Think about it after you hear the mattress story. What comes to mind? Go-getter, achiever, fighter, anything else?
Respect.
What's that? Yeah, great. So you've got, this is an amazing story. And so when we talked about building trust, we all have stories like this, but I would encourage you to get that story out because it's going to connect people. What? I just had a weird feeling come across me. Yeah, all right, allergies. But anyway, it's going to connect people. So yeah, good stuff. I'll stop.
Thank you.
So Lenka, I don't know the full extent of like from what was before and what's now, but do you have any access to maybe some of the parents or students or anything that went through, you can't get reviews or anything like that?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, well, it was worth a shot.
And
then the other thing I was thinking, I completely understand what you're doing because when I was in high school, I went through a program called Career Academy, which sounds very similar to what you're trying to do. And it saved my life, like no joke. I was on a path of destruction and I had no future really, and it changed for me. So I really appreciate what you're doing, and it gave me an opportunity to go to college, finish high school, which I would have probably dropped out. I was skipping, I was on just a really bad path. But food saved me, Career Academy saved me, and what you're doing I think is important. And if you could get high school students, people, they don't have to be troubled past or troubled anything, but I was always very smart. I just didn't apply myself or have the opportunity. So I just applaud you, and I think what you're doing is great. And if you could open it to another age of people that want a future and have a career goal and stuff like that, that would be good.
I love that, and wow, we need to hear your story. You need to be here and tell us your story, right? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words.
Hey, Lenka.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know 100% what your business model is here. There are, and part of this I will relate to the trust, there are tax credits for summer camps where the individual can actually get money back with spending money for you. It'd be on their individual tax return though. So having that information up front might actually persuade people to buy from you. May also allow you to make more money in the process as they would be getting a refund. One of the things that will dissuade trust is giving bad advice, so like look into it if you're gonna identify it. But yeah, extremely important if you're trying to set that up because a lot of people don't realize that's available to them.
Okay, wow, didn't know that. Thank you.
I would encourage you all to pick up the flyers that Lenka's placed on the tables too and review those. That will add to the presentation as we have some more feedback.
So I actually had 2 kids in homeschool for many years. One is now going to college. One of the biggest challenges I see is there are, like one of them is doing Florida Virtual School right now, and she's actually dual enrollment in here. There's a lot of theory out there. My advice may be to tailor this with a little bit more practical, like you are gonna get out of this, trying to, for example, actually building like a business out of it, outside of that. We love to help you. I'm an educator. I'm actually right now doing a same type of thing, but more on a higher ed. I'm actually doing a class about how to be an entrepreneur in the sense of leveraging AI through that process. Also, I didn't see any AI here. I can help you with that. So that also will be a big selling point because it moves from the theory, which, for example, FLVS has a really great curriculum, and it has a lot of that, right? But what it doesn't have is the practicality.
Yeah.
This is how you make it happen. Yeah. So if you kind of put it in that spin, like we're actually by the end of it, you are going to be able to do A, B, C, and D. Like actually something more tangible. It may tell the parents what to do. last thing, I did notice that you have a 16 plus in the flyer. It actually got me pumped because I have a 16-year-old. If you guys go in that route, I think that would be really helpful. Right now, my daughter is going into the junior cadet of the firehouse, and she just went to the police cadet as well this week, and she's like trying to figure it all out, plus healthcare. So, you know, everybody, the kids right now, they need a lot of guidance, and that can help.
Yeah, no, this is amazing. In collaboration at Plant Street Academy, that's what we're all about. There's actually several individuals right here in this room that are already part of what we're developing. Monica will be working with us. She's one of our lead coaches, and she will be spending time with the kiddos. I actually talked to you, Britt, right, about what we'll be cooking. So having like an expert who can teach nutrition and kitchen safety. AI, definitely it is on the curriculum. Buzzer. I don't have anyone who can teach AI yet, so would love to collaborate more. Mindy, right, stop by. We have a different variety of programs that we'll be offering. I just purposely zoned in on the camp for the sake of the presentation, so it is really targeted. But definitely there's lots of opportunities. We're doing open house on April 22nd. I would love to invite you all. It's actually a wind down. Kind of get together at 6 p.m. and I'm inviting people from Lake County and also Winter Garden to get together, network, but also get to see the space and the opportunity that we have. I met with an amazing woman, Glenn's wife, who runs homeschooling, and we are already talking about reintroducing the homeschool program. There's so much going on behind the scenes. It's only been happening 6 weeks. I'm overwhelmed. I need help. I am asking if anyone is interested in partnering, helping. Please come, meet me, talk to me. I would love to have you and hear your thoughts, because I know how much we talked about it. I know this much, but there's a whole list of things I'm not capable of doing on my own, or I do not know. And I look for the community here to help me out and partnering with me. So not only that we become the most amazing educational space in the community, but we really empower and help our young kids to be the best version they can be. And that's my motto. That's everything what I believe in. So Britt, I so resonate with what you're saying.
Good morning. Question on your open houses.
Yeah.
Are they structured or are they unstructured?
So far unstructured, kind of just like, let's open it up. If we have any walk-ins, I need to schedule a structured one. I haven't done it yet.
Okay, so my idea for the event, and I don't really know anything about events because we don't do events, every day of the week, but we do a lot of them. If I were you, I would get some of your experts to be at the event and showcase so-and-so is going to be here, so-and-so is going to be here, and give them each 2 minutes to present themselves to your open house, whoever's at the open house. But they have to be dynamic speakers. They have to be fun, engaging. And this way, those parents that come in get the vibe of what you're trying to do. I think that's the home run. I think unstructured, they come in, they walk around, what's this about, blah, blah, blah. You tell your story, let your experts tell a little bit of their story, let them give advice on what they can provide. I think that's the home run. I think that's the asset that you're going to get are those guests. And I think the age is a little, if it were me, it would be 11 to 15. I think 9 is too young, and I think that those teenagers, that you can really get them at the right point in their lives and help them direct. So that's.
Yeah, and you know what? Love the structured open house suggestion. Thank you. We really debated the age, and from the Montessori kind of standpoint, when you talk about blending in a collaborative workspace, you have a blend of everything. And so we have a way of assigning roles within the team, that leadership role and a follower. If we have the younger ones, and if the class is more younger ones, we have a curriculum that's going to be more like playtime-ish, right? If there's more older ones, then absolutely we will talk more skill set based kind of modules, but very organic, very natural. The kids will have to come up with solutions, because critical thinking is a huge part of it. So we'll see how it runs, right? Maybe the age is a little bit off, maybe not, I don't know. We just have to validate it as we run the classes, and once it's validated, then it's a concept that I can repeat and scale and bring here to Lake County. So I'm doing the business backwards because unfortunately this thing fell in my lap. Normally you go and validate first before you get a lease and you have this humongous building. I have to deal with what I have, and so getting the community on board and admitting to where I need help is the first step, and then seeing how collectively with the help and excitement for what the mission is, how it can help us really move forward.
I'm just going to add, I do like Gio's idea, the idea of what kids learn in school today and how it does not prepare them for the real world. So you have a lot of high schoolers, just again, reinforcing what Gio mentioned, that are leaving high school. If it's not college, it's what else?
Yeah.
You know, my kids, you know, you're working in a pizza place. I don't care. You got to work somewhere.
Yeah.
But they just did not have a clue because school was not teaching them really how to prepare themselves for the real world. What Jackie said and what this can do, I think, can really be a real help to those in that period of 15, sophomore year, where it's no longer, you know, I'm just coasting. But, you know, 2 years away, they're going to be graduating, and then what? If college isn't the answer, this entrepreneurialism, starting their own business, being more skilled in business could be a great, I think, as parents, I would say that's what I want my kids to be doing if college isn't the answer.
And we have three flyers. One is, I would love if there's anyone who would like to connect with me, share more feedback, please do so. You have two flyers. One is for the summer camps. If you know if anyone, or just give me feedback on the flyer itself, how we can make it better, I would appreciate that. The Young Founders Society is exactly what you're describing, right? So that target audience is 16 plus, and that's where it's another program that we have as well. So if you are in Winter Garden Plant Street, or if you would like to schedule an appointment, come by, I'll show you around. Because again, opportunities are endless, and we can do so much with the space, but also the problem that is currently out there, and that is college is not always the answer. It doesn't have to be the only answer, right?
You are so correct, and I will say, I know you're starting in Plant Street, like you said, you're working with what you're given. It's not that far from here to there, and it was a great, I think, transition from manufacturing is not smokestacks and silos anymore, and to be able to go in there and advocate for yourself without that college degree on an application. They need those skills, they need those interpersonal skills, and they need those kind of, that type of coaching and just awareness around that. And again, we do have, the lines blur between Orange and Lake for a lot of what we do, and there is a lot of opportunity in just looking at workforce trends and the type of industries that we have. Those kinds of jobs are here, and we don't have the workforce to fill them, whether it's lack of knowledge or lack of education on how to get in there. We need more of this, and even to the point where your groups can go in and visit manufacturing plants and, you know, pharmaceutical manufacturing companies. They don't know, again, what they don't know, and if you introduce them to them and then you arm them with those skills that they need to get there, you're doing a service that will have almost an immeasurable effect.
Thank you.
Definitely scan Lenka's information here for the Young Founder Society. Again, take those flyers with you if you have feedback or you want to share them throughout the community. Grab her information and make sure that you do connect with her, because there's as she said, a lot going on behind the scenes. I've seen it, and she's working very hard in a very a wonderful space that's not always easy to gain trust in, and she's doing a great job of that so far. So, Lenka, what can we, since you do so much for us as a community, do for you to help right now?
I think you said it. Take the flyers, provide me with any additional feedback. Any help is greatly appreciated. And if you can follow our social media so we can get the numbers a little bit higher, I would appreciate that as well. Alana is right here, is a young founder herself, and she's actually the one behind the amazing videos and everything we've been doing so far, and I could not say thank you, thank you, thank you. You're absolutely amazing. But I also want to thank you guys, the community here at 1 Million Cups, everyone that comes in here, organizers, Harry, my coach, a mentor, absolutely amazing, and Betsy, always helping out with if I have any problem, any questions. So I want to put it out there to you guys. If you're, as you're growing your business, if you have any questions and need help with yourself out here, I know it may seem a little bit, or feel a little bit uncomfortable, but the help and advice and the connections that you get afterwards are beyond anything I can explain. Just the few of you and some of the advice that you provided was like boom, boom, boom. So thank you very much. I'm very grateful. Thank you, Harry, for all of your help. And thank you, Betsy, for connecting me. Monica, thank you very much for being here, and Lee and everyone else. And of course, thanks.
What is your social media handle on Instagram, so we all know?
So the one, it's which one do we want to do? Young Founders? Young Founders Society, yeah. We have two for Plant Street Young Founders, but Young Founders Society, right? That's the one. Okay, Young Founders Society. Tell me. Yes, you can scan those, yeah. Yeah. It's on the flyer, our website. Thank you.
Outstanding.
Thank
Lenka
you.
Brady,
Thank you,
ladies.
Lenka.
Thank you very much.